DeVita with Real 360, and I'm here with the stars, Molly Parker and Clifton Collins Jr., writer Greg Kwedar, and writer and director of the new film Jockey, Clint Bentley, which is produced and distributed by Sony Pictures and will be released in theaters on December 29th, 2021.
Out of all the things you do in life, there's that 1 minute that you feel like you're the most important thing in the world because everybody's watching you.
I was a great jockey for a little while.
How you doing, Jax?
I'm doing real good. I'm feeling good.
Just tell me what's going on.
It's just wear and tear.
You've done some damage. You need to get yourself to a doctor.
You are a doctor.
I'm a horse doctor.
You seen that new kid been training at Jerry's barn? Yeah, he can ride. Coming across the stretch. That's right. Let him feel it. I'm gonna push back. I'm gonna push back, push back, push back. You know, as you get older, you start to realize that you and your body, they just ain't the same. Look, I know I'm not in the same shape as these young cats, but I still got a good couple years left in me.
We come this far together, right?
Yeah.
You can just have a little quickie. I mean, just a dance.
I might be a little worse shaped than what I thought.
I saw this photo and I thought, what if I could be somebody like that?
I'm sure you caught wind of my winnings and came to some conclusions, but you know by the time your earnings get carved up, there's not a whole lot left for the jockey. There ain't no better world. There's just this one. Good morning, Joya.
Hi, how are you?
Fantastic.
Hi, Joya.
Hi, Joy.
Hi. And Molly's there as well, right?
I am here. Hi.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So I have a question for the two of you. The level of depth of the relationship between your characters, Ruth and Jackson, was somewhat ambiguous, aside from the, employer-employee. How do you feel your characters felt for each other?
See, I don't think I'm not sure what you mean by ambiguous. I mean, what we were, I think, trying to do was really to explore a relationship between people who'd known each other a really long time, so in a way they were.
It hinted like something more could happen.
More like romantic more? Or,
right, exactly.
Oh, I see.
There was like a slight flirtation at one point that got cut off by the circumstances.
I think that we wanted this relationship to kind of contain everything. These people are people who kind of came up together. They're good friends. They work together. I guess what I can say is I wanted, if there was a sexual relationship between them, I wanted that to be not that important, not even part of the question. Like, they love each other. I think that more than anything is clear. And what makes it good for a story is that they have conflict. Please help me.
They may have had a past relationship. It may have even started that way. Who knows? But there's certainly a sexual tension, I think. Work is such a big priority for both of them that I think it takes a precedence over whatever they may or may not have had. But also, it's so easy to get caught up in the excitement and the rush of winning and the opportunities that it's very easy to rekindle something that once was. And when you have an actress as brilliant as Molly, when they call action, I mean, she just turns it on. It's kind of hard to. I got my stuff, Jackson stuff, box because it's not written that way, but you feel that, and it's a very easy thing to get caught up in when Molly goes.
Great, awesome, Clint. I had just watched an interview with you. I think it was on Deadline, and you had talked about how your father was a jockey. And did that inspire your story 100%? Like, did you just take the stories from all the jockeys that you knew, or how did that come about?
It started just as a feeling. Yes, my father was a jockey and I was raised in that world. And it just started from this feeling of, I felt like there was the feeling on the back of the tracks in the barns and everything was something I hadn't seen in films before, and just wanted to portray that. And then we built it with a lot of Clifton's life as our lead, and Greg's life, and it grew much beyond that, but just started from the seed of a feeling.
And then, so Greg, it came from parts of your life as well. Could you elaborate on that?
Yeah, that was a really surprising thing. When something starts so personally, I think it becomes an invitation for everyone who joins it to bring part of their own life to it. But what got uncovered in the 3 years that we wrote the script was my wife and I adopted a son. And so the motif of Clifton and Moises' characters finding each other started to marry our own story of adopting our son Michael into the film as well.
And Clifton, you worked on Westworld previously with horses. How much experience do you have overall with horses, and how much riding did you actually do in the film?
I've got a lot of experiences with horses. I can do a lot of stuff on rodeo horses from Westworld and other shows as well. But in regards to jockey, quarter horses are very different than rodeo horses. Your rodeo horses, especially the ones on Westworld, are as accurate as Porsches. They're just so like precision. Whereas in your quarter horses, you just hope to guide. They're like the dragsters of the horse world. So, and I, there was a show that I got on a quarter horse that I don't think my camera department was prepared for, because my quarter horse lapped the camera truck 3 times. So I'm like, are you guys going to get the shot or not? You probably should have done a little more research. And I probably shouldn't have got on this horse. But I was on the horse quite a few times in jockey. The dangerous stuff is, when you're in that gate is one of the most dangerous places, because a lot of things can go wrong there, whether the gates don't open or the horse gets jumpy or the bell is misplaced. That anticipation, that second to 2 seconds is a lot. So you got to really stay hyper aware of, you got to be in tune with the horse, because the horse is in tune with you, and you become a relationship.
Oh, that's wonderful. And I noticed in the credits, because I watched the film last night, that there was a mention of the Permanently Disabled Jockeys Fund. Would either one of you like to talk about that and why that was specifically mentioned in the credits, and how important that is to you?
Yeah, thank you for asking that. That is, the Permanently Disabled Jockeys Fund is a nonprofit organization that helps support jockeys who have been injured and can't go back to work. And it's something that a lot of jockeys deal with. As you know from the movie, pain and broken bones and all of that is just part of the job. But there's no real safety net for them. There's nothing out there that's catching them and helping them out when their only source of income is gone. And the Permanently Disabled Jockeys Fund helps them out. And so a portion of the proceeds of this film also go to supporting them and supporting jockeys.
And would either one of you like to mention briefly, because I'm already running out of time, really quickly, more about the how the ending was a little bit surprising. Going into the film, I had an idea of what it was going to be, but it wasn't. Without spoiling, of course, like how did you decide to just make it different than what is already out there?
I think there's sort of just probably part of how we tend to make films is to naturally try and subvert expectations. And so we, maybe the first idea that comes is that obvious one, and then we'll just sort of sit with it and we'll try and dig underneath it, and we'll just try and chase honestly something that the characters are telling us rather than the architecture. And And I think I know what you're alluding to, and I think a big part of it is about the sort of question of what's true to the track is that on the backside is all these chosen families. I mean, they're choosing each other rather than the lineage that they were born into, and that felt true to the characters as well of our story.
Thank you so much. Thank you both so much for taking the time to meet with me today. Out of time, so, but it was really a pleasure and a privilege to meet you, and good luck with this film. It was absolutely wonderful. Wanted to thank you both, Clifton and Molly. Molly, I just binge watched Lost in Space. It was fantastic. I hope you're really super proud of your performance in that. And I did see the film. It was wonderful. I really have high hopes for both of you with this film. Thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me today, and good luck.
Thanks. It's a
Thank you.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you
Joya.
so much.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.